Welcome to Retention Management's Client Webinar Series. I'm Billy Dawson. Please note my contact information currently on display here, and feel free to call me or email me with questions or comments afterward. Today we're talking about how you can create a better member experience by listening to the voice of your member. RM360 is your member's voice, and it's a fact. Excellent member experiences reduce attrition and increase retention. And I know while all that sounds well and good, probably for a great marketing brochure, one truth remains, and that is that you have to know what defines the best member experience. So how do you define the best member experience? Now I know you might be sitting there saying, well, I've got low attrition and I've got 1,000 Facebook likes. I must have the best member experience. That's fair, but know this. Before you subscribe to that belief and start to give yourself a fist bump, right? According to a report from Oracle on the impact of that experience, 86% of your members are willing to pay more for a better member experience. And 89% of your members will jump ship to any competitor in your market to go get it. Now, the reason is because your member defines the member experience, not you. They have an expectation, just like you and I, right? We go to the store, we buy a product, or we buy a service, or we go to a restaurant, whatever. We have an expectation of what that experience should be like, and what do we do when it doesn't happen? You used to complain to the manager or something. Now you write a review on Yelp, or you go on their social media page and you put something up there and just let everybody know, we don't want to do business with these people because they have poor customer service. They didn't meet my customer experience. So your members have that expectation too. And essentially, if you can't meet it or really help define it, the statistics show 9 out of 10 are willing to go a couple miles further down the road and pay to get it. A poor member experience is due to unmet expectation, and that leads people to take their business elsewhere. So you need to know how your member defines the best member experience so you can deliver it. And if you're sitting here saying, gosh, I don't know what my member considers the best member experience, well, our software RM360 gets into their heads and it gets the definition, and you get the NPS, the Net Promoter Score. Now, I've spoken with some of you and you've heard of it, but maybe you don't really know what it is or what it does, and some of you haven't. So let me break it down for you. Net Promoter Score is a number that measures the overall member experience, the MX. And if you have a higher Net Promoter Score than your competitor or even your industry peer, you're likely to outperform them and outperform the market. And if you focus on actually improving that NPS number, you're going to improve the performance of your business, whether that's member growth or profit. So today's webinar objectives are, first, to help you define the best member experience, to demonstrate how the best member experience creates free promoters for your business. And that's a 4-letter word everyone likes, right? Free. The final objective is to help you improve the member experience and control attrition. Because RM360 is really easy to use. It's so easy, it makes it easy to see, easy to forecast, easy to plan. I think it should be called Easy 360. But we're going to go focus on two things today. We're going to focus on two views. We're going to focus on what your member sees, and then we're going to focus on what you see. So we talk about setting the expectation, right? The expectation is set from the beginning with one of your regular branded emails sent through RM email. Please answer 2 quick questions that will take you less than 30 seconds to complete. It's laid out there, right there for them. Please answer 2 quick questions. That'll take you less than 30 seconds to complete. There's the expectation. It's set. And the proof is there. People have 30 seconds. I mean, this isn't one of those run-of-the-mill business as usual email surveys, right? That you get that take like 27 minutes to answer 19 questions, and they give you no insight or no actionable information. It's not some archaic suggestion box that the same people who've got nothing to do but sit down and submit their weekly suggestion to you. No, this is a proven methodology. 2 questions, takes 30 seconds. More members like that. And the 2 questions are quick and easy. So question 1, on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend fitness center, or you can insert community center or gym or studio? How likely are you to recommend it to a friend or a business associate? And that number is their net promoter score. So those who answer 0 to 6, they don't like the member experience and they're not loyal to you. They'll go down the road and they will pay more. They are detractors, and by definition, a detractor is someone who puts you down, finds fault with everything you do. Doesn't sound very nice, does it? Yeah, we don't really like detractors. So those who answer 7 or 8, they're kind of loyal, wishy-washy at best, right? No clear indication about their member experience. Those are called passives, and by definition, they basically have accepted what you do as the norm because they don't believe they can change it. So they're almost, in my opinion, they're almost a greater risk than the clear detractors because you just kind of don't know. So then there's the 9s and 10s. Now those are the good ones. You've met their expectation and you've created, or at least met their expectation of the best member experience. They're loyal. They are highly unlikely to go anywhere else. They're not going to go down the road. They're not going to cancel. They are your net promoters. So with this 2-question format, your email gets a higher open rate, gets a higher response rate, and gives you better engagement because you've set that expectation. So question 2 says, hey, you're a promoter. Tell us what you like about us. And that's where they start to heap the praise on you, right? The praise that you very rarely ever get to hear. The praise that your prospects never hear, your prospects never see, right? Oh, the staff is great, communication's excellent, we love the classes, so on and so forth. You say, great, thank you very much. And so then you say to them, since you are a loyal promoter, please tell your social circle about us. Please promote us on social media. Please be a net promoter. Okay? And now you've created, an event or a special or a discount for your prospects that your member is going to promote on social media to her friends, followers, contacts, your future prospects, those that you really didn't have access to before. So they seamlessly post and share this experience, and they share this promotion on her Facebook and Twitter to her friends and followers. And then they follow a link to your landing page, and they've shown interest in your promotion now. And so you've captured their contact information and you put that into your prospect database. Now, you might be wondering, what about that detractor? Does she get to tell about her bad member experience on social media too? The answer is no. This is where retention starts. Okay? So it's very simple. You've just seen the flow for your member. That's what it is. You get an email, 2 questions, boom. Now let's look at the experience for you as the admin and how you can now help define the best member experience for that detractor and turn them into a happy promoter. So for you, when they click send, if it's a detractor, you're going to get a real-time alert. It's going to let you know you have a detractor who's not enjoying the member experience. And what did I say a few slides ago? If they're having a poor member experience, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to go pay for a better one. And they might even stop doing business with you. So when you get that alert, you can go right into your portal, get to the root cause of the low score, and really take some easy steps to turn that member around. So you log in, and this is what you see. And really the first thing that you should notice as you get more accustomed to using this is this red circle here with the exclamation point alerting you to the number of members at risk. Okay? These are your detractors and your passives, those whose expectations of a good member experience are not being met. or those who are having actually a bad member experience. So before we get into this, let me just show you the navigation. It's really easy. The home tab here, okay, you can see it's just a high-level summary for your specific divisions that you can customize. Okay, so if you have aquatics, yoga, group fitness, however you want to group those, you can see. Okay, so voice of your member, you can see, okay, voice of your member, customer. You see the feedback response rates. Okay, all high level, but all separated by the best performing and the worst performing. And then you have a members tab where you can view all the feedback from your members. And in that tab, you can also filter the replies. You can see there's a lot of different filters here. Try to make it real easy for you to get to some of the root cause and some of the common trends within your surveys. And then it also helps you target new promotions or target new marketing for them. You have a prospect tab here, so if you have a promotional or trial memberships, this is a great spot to track those replies. If you're, if you've got members who are not members, if you have prospects who have a few months of membership, you can track those replies here if you choose to survey them. And then finally, the reports tab. Again, like I said, it's pretty easy to navigate through. But these are really easy to create reports for specific information, specific data you might be looking into analyze, things like the return on the investment, member follow-up. Okay, you can click into the members at risk, which is essentially the same report as you saw at the very beginning. Takes you into those same members. Okay, member follow-up. Okay, summarizes the members who've been followed up with, if they've come in as a detractor or a passive. Okay, summarizes those who've reached out to them to try to close that loop as well. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to jump back over here to the Home tab, and we're going to start with that red circle and the exclamation point of the members at risk. So here's the divisions that we've created. So the name of our facility here at the top left is Health and Fitness. Our divisions are Run, Exercise, Strength, B, and Yoga. And what we can do is we can just go in and take a look on a high level and see which of these divisions has the largest number of members at risk. And you can see, well, it's already grouped that way as Run Yourself. So we can just go right into this division and we can start looking at the members and looking at their feedback. So clearly you can see a 2 out of 10 is a detractor. Okay, they find fault in everything that we do. And they give you some information here. They give you good feedback. I'm not going to read these to you, but clearly something about the TVs. They've been broken for a few months. The machines are not. There's a lot of problems going on here. Clearly someone is defining a poor member experience for you. So we can get a little more information about Ernestina Carter. Okay, the last survey was sent back in July. Her type of membership and user type. We can go a little bit further over to the member record. Okay, got the address. Also have her history of surveys completed. Looks like it's just been one. Okay, has only been a member. Is a new member. Has only been a new member for 3 to 6 months. That's not a good sign if they're a new member. This really gives you some insight now, how a new member is perceiving the facility. Okay. What you can do here also is clearly reach out to the member. You've got their email address and you've got their phone number. Okay, we'll jump back over to the Home tab. Now we are in the Run Yourself category because that was where the highest number of detractors were. And we can actually go down this list and we can start to see all the members from Run Yourself who've returned negative scores, who have returned detractor level surveys. And then you can actually start to track as an admin who followed up with the customer, who contacted the member by email, by phone, was it done in person, and then mark the task complete. And you can start to track those activities as well. And those get stored in here for future analysis. Okay. And we can jump back over here to the main page. Now we can also look at things like we can see our members retained. So how do we know that a member's been retained? Well, we'll jump into Run Yourself because that was where we just saw there were a lot of issues, but you can see on a high level from each of these categories. And I just want to also mention real quick, but you can see that all these, you can filter all of these responses within these categories by using these various filters. It's all interactive and it's real easy to sort. But we're just going to go right into the division here, Run Yourself. And so here's how you benchmark. And when you talk about a return on investment, you can see, well, these members were all detractors, really low scores, 3, a 3, 6 could say that's, borderline. But my point being, something happened, possibly a closed loop feedback, which I'll talk about in a second. Something happened, your staff reached out to the member, fixed the situation, retained their business because, again, these were poor member experiences and could have led to cancellations, could have led to them going down the road paying more for a better experience. The staff fixed the problem. The member is still with you, and now they've turned around and now they're promoting your business. Okay? Because if they're a detractor or they're passive, we're not giving them the option of sharing your promotion with their social circle. So you've kind of not only not creating the best member experience for them, but you're also losing a free promoter by having them in that category. Once that situation is corrected, now you've also added a promoter. You've retained the business and you've added a promoter to your list. Okay? So that's one easy, simple way to see a benchmark and then talk about return on investment, because if you take their monthly dues and you annualize them, it's clearly obvious that 1 or 2 saved members, 1 or 2 retained members pay for the tool itself. Closed loop feedback is when you see that there's an issue, you have the member's information, you have their phone number, you have their email address, and you pick up the phone and you say, here, let me go into the member at risk category again. We'll go to a different division, Be Healthy. Okay. Please have all the TV screens working with good reception. Very easy to pick up the phone and call Joshua and say, Josh, you go into the member record. We got your survey. Sorry that you've rated us so low. We've paid attention to it and we're fixing those TV screens. And when you come in next time, you should see that they're all in working condition. It goes a long way when you pick up the phone and use closed loop feedback to really kind of nip it in the bud right there, so this problem doesn't drag on and then you potentially lose Joshua as a member. Closed loop feedback goes a long way. It improves the communication channel with the member, and then it controls the feedback mechanism that you get from them. The closed loop feedback improves the member experience also, and by improving the member experience, you're controlling the attrition. Closed loop feedback improves the relationship building. When you pick up the phone, you let someone know that you read their complaint. They understand now that there's a real human on the other end. Okay? You improve the relationship building. Now you control the retention. This is RM360. It's the software that you use to help your members, to listen to them and start to control the best member experience for them. It's very easy to use. We already have your data with your attendance list from your members. We integrate it with your system, and members are surveyed in random order every 90 days. So that way you just don't have a bunch of survey responses coming back to you. It all comes back in varying degrees, so that way you have the bandwidth and you have the resources to manage the feedback. So, it's that simple. And this completes our client webinar series today. Remember, if you have questions or comments, please feel free to call or email me at the contact information on your screen. Thank you for taking these few minutes to hear about this today and hear how we can work to improve your members' experience with our product RM360. Have a nice day.